Reaching the age of 70 is truly a remarkable milestone, offering an opportunity to reflect on life and embrace the wisdom that comes with years of experience. This stage in life invites us to pause, reassess, and reconsider the burdens we've accumulated along the way, burdens that often do not serve us anymore. Many of us spend our earlier years chasing material possessions, responsibilities, and commitments that, in hindsight, fail to bring the happiness or fulfillment we had anticipated. It's as though we've been carrying heavy baggage for years, and now is the perfect moment to finally put it down. This stage of life offers a chance to lighten the load, both physically and emotionally, and to live more freely, unburdened by unnecessary weight. We begin to realize that life is fleeting, and this understanding encourages us to focus on what truly matters. Over time, it becomes clearer that real joy and contentment often come from simplicity, embracing the small, everyday moments rather than grand achievements or monumental sacrifices. It is here that we can finally step away from the need to meet others' expectations or live according to societal norms. Instead, we find the courage to live authentically, being true to who we are without the pressure to conform or prove ourselves. This stage in life is not about seeking validation from external sources, but about seeking fulfillment from within. It encourages introspection, allowing us to question what holds real value and what no longer serves us. By letting go of outdated beliefs, unnecessary obligations, or toxic relationships, we make space for a more peaceful, joyful, and meaningful existence. It's a process of liberation, shedding the unnecessary layers that weigh us down. And in doing so, we open the door to a lighter, more fulfilling way of living. The beauty of this life phase lies in simplicity. Life doesn't have to be complicated, nor should it be filled with endless demands and stress. It's possible and highly desirable to cultivate a life of simplicity, where fewer encumbrances allow us to fully enjoy what remains. We don't need to chase after every opportunity or say yes to every request. Instead, we can choose wisely, focusing on what brings us peace, joy, and clarity. So, what are the things we no longer need as we step into this new chapter of life after 70? In this journey of self-discovery and letting go, we will explore 9 specific areas that can be released. By freeing ourselves from these unnecessary burdens, we can experience a life that is lighter, more intentional, and ultimately, happier. If this message resonates with you, feel free to engage by liking and commenting with the number 2 as a symbol of love and connection. If not, you are welcome to comment with the number 7 to share your own thoughts or reflections. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos where we explore even more ways. 1. Letting go of the weight of others' opinions. Throughout our lives, the opinions of others can feel like a heavy burden, shaping the way we think, act, and even define ourselves. Whether it's the expectations of family, the judgments of friends, or the silent assumptions of society, we often find ourselves bending to meet standards set by others. From a young age, we are conditioned to seek approval, taught to be the obedient child, the dependable friend, the successful professional. But imagine if we could stop placing so much value on what others think. By the time we reach 70, many of us have gained enough life experience to understand that no one else's opinion has the power to define our worth. The truth is, the only opinion that genuinely matters is our own. Think about it. How many times have you made choices based on the fear of what someone else might think, rather than trusting your own instincts? How many opportunities for joy have been overshadowed by the fear of judgment or criticism? One of the gifts of aging is clarity. As we grow older, we realize that trying to please everyone is an impossible and ultimately fruitless task. People will always have opinions, but we can choose not to be affected by them. Instead, we can live according to our own values and desires, free from the constant need for approval. Imagine the freedom that comes with no longer worrying about whether others approve of your decisions, your lifestyle, or even your appearance. What if, each day, you could confidently choose what's right for you without feeling the weight of external expectations? How different would your life be? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else who is struggling to let go of this burden. This shift in perspective is one of the most empowering changes we can make. When we stop caring about what others think, we reclaim our own power. No longer are we controlled by the invisible strings of others' expectations. Instead, we begin to live authentically, in tune with our true selves. 2. Releasing the burden of material possessions. As we age, one of the most valuable lessons we learn is that true happiness doesn't come from material things. Yet, over the years, we often find ourselves surrounded by possessions. Homes filled with items we thought we needed, closets packed with clothes we no longer wear, and garages cluttered with things we haven't touched in years. In the moment, acquiring these things might have seemed important. Maybe they offered a sense of security or served as symbols of our achievements. But eventually we come to realize that instead of us owning them, these things start to own us. Think back to a time when you felt truly happy. Was that moment connected to a material object? Probably not. More often than not, genuine joy comes from meaningful experiences, sharing time with loved ones, personal growth, or simply enjoying a peaceful, reflective moment. These moments remind us that happiness is found in relationships, experiences, and the purpose we create for ourselves, not in the things we accumulate. By the time we reach 70, it's the perfect moment to reconsider our relationship with the possessions we've gathered over the years. Do we really need to hold on to all of these items? Many of the things we keep are tied to memories, but we don't need the physical objects to cherish those moments. By letting go of what no longer serves us, whether it's outdated clothing, unused gadgets, or furniture we don't need, we create space for something far more valuable: freedom. Take a moment to look around your home. Are there things you've held on to out of habit rather than need? What if you let go of just one of those items today? The process of decluttering not only opens up physical space, but also clears the mind and heart. It allows us to invite new experiences, new sources of joy, and new moments of peace into our lives. Imagine the lightness that comes with living in a space that truly reflects who you are now, rather than holding on to who you were in the past. Decluttering isn't just about removing things. It's about making room for a life filled with clarity and peace. So what is one item you could let go of today that would bring more lightness into your life? Let us know in the comments below. Your choice to simplify may inspire others to do the same. 3. Saying no to unnecessary social obligations. How many times have you found yourself at a social gathering, politely nodding and making small talk, while deep down, all you really wanted was to be at home, enjoying a peaceful evening by yourself? For much of our lives, we feel an unspoken obligation to attend social events, say yes to invitations, and maintain relationships, even when they don't bring us joy. Whether it's out of politeness, duty, or habit, we often end up spending time in places or with people that may not align with our true desires. But something shifts as we grow older, especially after 70. With age comes clarity and confidence, allowing us to prioritize our own needs and wants. We begin to understand that life is far too short to waste on activities that drain our energy or relationships that no longer serve us. It's perfectly okay to say no to social obligations that don't resonate with who we are or what we want in our lives. In fact, learning to say no can be one of the most empowering choices we make. How many times have you said yes to an event out of a sense of duty, only to come home feeling exhausted and unfulfilled? What if you granted yourself the freedom to decline invitations that don't feel right for you? Imagine how much lighter your life could be if you only said yes to things that genuinely bring you joy, fulfillment, or growth. This doesn't mean isolating yourself or avoiding social interactions entirely. Rather, it's about being intentional with your time, about choosing to spend it in ways that nourish your spirit instead of depleting it. When we focus on our well-being, we bring our full selves to the moments that matter. Every interaction becomes more meaningful because we are there by choice, not out of obligation. By giving ourselves permission to say no, we create the space for experiences and connections that truly bring us joy. It allows us to invest more deeply in the relationships and activities that enrich our lives, instead of scattering our energy on things that don't align with our authentic selves. What social obligations have you let go of, and how has it impacted your life? Share your experiences in the comments below. You might inspire someone else to take that first step toward living with more intention and joy. For embracing authentic beauty, letting go of society's standards can be one of the most liberating experiences as we grow older. For much of our lives, we're bombarded by messages from society about what beauty should look like and how we should strive to maintain it, often equating beauty with youthfulness. From glossy magazine covers to endless social media feeds, we're constantly reminded that beauty is supposedly tied to smooth skin, toned bodies, and youthful features. These images create a pressure, especially as we age, to hide the natural signs of life's progression, to cover wrinkles, to dye gray hairs, to fight against the changes that come with time. But what if we decided to redefine beauty on our own terms? What if, instead of seeing aging as something to resist, we embraced it as a testament to the rich lives we've led? Each wrinkle tells a story, and every strand of gray hair is a symbol of the wisdom and experience we've accumulated over the years. The idea that beauty should fit a single, narrow definition is limiting, especially when true beauty often lies in authenticity and self-acceptance. Think about the people you find most beautiful. Chances are, their beauty isn't defined by physical perfection. Instead, it's rooted in their confidence, the way they treat others, their kindness, or the unique light they carry within. These are qualities that don't fade with age, but often deepen. As we grow older, we have the chance to embody this kind of beauty, a beauty that shines from within, rather than conforming to society's expectations. Have you ever felt pressured to maintain a certain appearance as you've gotten older? Many of us have. But imagine how your life might change if, instead of trying to conform, you embraced your natural beauty fully. Imagine the freedom of accepting yourself just as you are, without feeling the need to hide or alter the signs of aging. By embracing authenticity and rejecting unrealistic standards, we not only free ourselves from the weight of societal expectations, but also become a source of inspiration for others. When we accept and celebrate who we are, in every stage of life, we encourage others to do the same. Let's have a conversation about how we can redefine beauty together. What steps can we take to break free from these pressures? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. By sharing, we create a ripple effect of self-acceptance that can transform not only our own lives, but also the lives of those around us. Fifth, reevaluating activities that no longer bring joy. Life is naturally filled with routines. Some of these routines bring us joy and fulfillment, while others feel like chores, things we do simply out of habit because they've always been part of our lives. But as we age, it becomes more important to reassess how we spend our time and where we invest our energy. Are there activities that once sparked joy but now feel empty? Are there hobbies or traditions that no longer resonate with us, but we continue doing them because they've become routine? After 70, we gain the freedom to reflect and let go of the activities that no longer serve us. This doesn't mean abandoning everything we've enjoyed in the past. Rather, it's about making room for new experiences, passions, and ways of finding fulfillment. This stage of life provides a chance to reevaluate how we spend our days and to prioritize what truly brings us happiness. Take a moment to think about your daily routines. Are there tasks or activities that feel more like obligations than sources of joy? What would happen if you let go of just one of those things? By reassessing how we use our time, we can create space for the things that really matter, the things that spark joy, meaning, and fulfillment. Maybe there's a hobby you used to love, but now find yourself disconnected from. Or perhaps there's a social group or tradition that feels more like a burden than a pleasure. This phase of life offers the perfect opportunity to explore new interests, try things you've never had the time or space for, and embrace what truly fulfills you now in this season of life. So, what activities have you decided to let go of? And what new passions or hobbies have you discovered along the way? Let's share our experiences in the comments. By giving ourselves permission to release what no longer serves us, we open the door to new possibilities, new joy, and a deeper sense of purpose. 6. Cutting ties with toxic relationships. Relationships are undeniably one of the most important aspects of life. They have the incredible power to uplift us, bring joy, and provide that deep sense of connection and belonging we all need. But not every relationship is built on positivity. Over time, we may find ourselves holding on to relationships that don't nourish us. Relationships that, instead of uplifting us, drain our energy and bring unnecessary stress. Perhaps it's a friend who constantly brings negativity into every conversation, a family member who is overly critical and never seems satisfied, or an acquaintance who leaves you feeling emotionally depleted after every interaction. These toxic relationships, though sometimes hard to recognize, can weigh heavily on our well-being. And as we age, especially after 70, it becomes even more important to take stock of the relationships in our lives. This is a time to reflect. Are there people who bring consistent joy and support into your life? Are there relationships that leave you feeling fulfilled and uplifted? And on the flip side, are there individuals who make you feel small, exhausted, or unappreciated? It's important to remember that walking away from toxic relationships is not a selfish act. It's an act of self-care and self-respect. We all deserve to be surrounded by people who truly value us for who we are. People who bring positivity and light into our lives, and those who encourage and support our growth. By letting go of toxic relationships, we make room for healthier, more fulfilling connections that truly benefit us. It's about creating an environment where we feel appreciated and cared for. Have you ever had to walk away from a toxic relationship? How did it feel to finally make that decision? And what impact did it have on your well-being? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. By prioritizing healthy relationships, we not only enhance our own emotional and mental well-being, but also set a powerful example for others, showing that it's okay and necessary to put our happiness and peace of mind first. 7. Letting go of comparisons. Comparison is often called the thief of joy, and for good reason. Throughout life, it's all too easy to get caught up in comparing ourselves to others, measuring our success, happiness, and even our self-worth against those around us. Whether it's a friend's financial success, a neighbor's seemingly perfect family, or a sibling's accomplishments, we sometimes fall into the trap of thinking that someone else's life is better or more successful than our own. However, by the time we reach 61, many of us have learned a vital truth. Everyone's journey is different, and comparison only robs us of the joy we can find in our own lives. Success doesn't look the same for everyone, and happiness certainly can't be measured by someone else's standards. Your life, with all its ups and downs, is unique, and your journey is your own. There is no universal formula for happiness or fulfillment, and embracing that can be incredibly freeing. Imagine how much lighter life could feel if you let go of the need to compare. What if you fully embraced your own path, with all its twists, turns, and imperfections? What if you celebrated your own achievements, no matter how small, rather than measuring them against someone else's? Life would likely feel much more fulfilling if we stopped striving for an ideal based on someone else's circumstances, and instead focused on what truly makes us happy and content. Have you ever struggled with comparisons? Most of us have at some point. But how have you learned to let go of the need to measure your life against others? What steps have you taken to embrace your own unique journey? Let's have a conversation about how we can release the burden of comparison and celebrate our lives for what they are. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. By letting go of comparisons, we allow ourselves the freedom to live authentically and joyfully, appreciating our lives for the unique, wonderful stories they are. 8. Redefining goals. What truly matters now. When we are younger, many of our goals are shaped by societal expectations or the dreams we had at the time. We may strive to build a successful career, accumulate wealth, or reach certain levels of recognition and status. But as the years pass and we gain more life experience, some of those goals may no longer feel as relevant or meaningful. The things that once seemed so important may now hold less significance as our perspectives evolve. By the time we reach 70 and beyond, it's the perfect moment to redefine what success and fulfillment mean to us. Priorities shift, and that's completely natural. The goals we once pursued might no longer align with our current values or desires, and it's okay to let them go. Rather than holding on to outdated ambitions, we can turn our focus toward what truly matters now. Whether that means spending more quality time with loved ones, nurturing a long-held passion, or simply living with more peace, joy, and contentment. At this stage of life, success might not be measured by the size of our accomplishments, but by the depth of our connections, the richness of our experiences, and the sense of purpose we cultivate. Redefining success is an empowering process that allows us to live more intentionally and with a clearer sense of purpose. What goals have you let go of over the years? And what new aspirations have taken their place? We'd love to hear about your journey. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. By redefining our goals, we open ourselves up to living more fully, with a focus on what truly brings us happiness and fulfillment. Remember, there's no need to cling to ambitions that no longer serve us. Instead, we can focus on the things that bring meaning and joy to our lives today. Let's embrace the freedom to live on our own terms, pursuing what truly matters in this phase of life. 9. Prioritizing your own happiness without guilt. One of the most challenging lessons in life is learning how to prioritize our own happiness without the weight of guilt. For many of us, the habit of putting others' needs before our own has been deeply embedded in our lives. Whether it's caring for family, meeting the expectations of friends, or fulfilling professional obligations, we often find ourselves prioritizing the happiness of others at the expense of our own well-being. But as we age, we begin to understand that we cannot pour from an empty cup. In order to truly care for others, we must first care for ourselves. Prioritizing your own happiness is not an act of selfishness. It is essential. After spending years giving to others, now is the time to give to yourself. So what brings you joy? What makes you feel truly fulfilled? It's perfectly okay to put your own happiness at the top of your list. In fact, doing so is necessary for your well-being. Have you ever struggled with feelings of guilt for putting yourself first? How do you balance caring for others with ensuring your own needs are met? Let's support one another in the comments and share how we navigate this balance. By prioritizing our own happiness, we become better equipped to care for the people we love. After all, we can only give to others what we have within ourselves. When we are fulfilled and at peace, we are better partners, parents, friends, and caregivers. Life after 61 presents a unique opportunity to live more lightly, with greater intention and more joy. This stage of life offers the chance to let go of the burdens we've carried for so long, whether they be the opinions of others, material possessions, toxic relationships, or societal expectations. By releasing these weights, we create space for what truly matters, the relationships that bring us joy, the experiences that nourish us, and the simple pleasures that make life meaningful. As we move forward, let's embrace this freedom to live lightly and intentionally. What have you let go of that has made your life lighter? What new joys and experiences have you made room for? Let's share our journeys and insights in the comments below. By doing so, we can inspire one another to live with greater joy, peace, and fulfillment in this next chapter of life. If you found value in this message, please like and comment with the number 2 to share the love. And don't forget to subscribe to stoicriseup to stay connected as we continue to explore topics that inspire growth, wisdom, and happiness. Together, let's embrace the freedom to live lightly, joyfully, and authentically as we move forward on this beautiful journey of life. Your voice matters, and we're glad to have you here.